Yo, what's good? NBA YouTube. It's your man, 100 Grand Ross with The Rock Never Stops, coming to you with another episode of NBA Talk. Today, I'm going to be talking about these Los Angeles Clippers again. Tyronne Lue has to be considered Coach of the Year. I'm going to dive into that topic in this video. Hit the like button if you enjoy it. Hit the bell for notifications and subscribe if you won't. But let's get into it. I'm gonna be sipping some tea here. Got a little cough I'm dealing with, so bear with me. Right now, after watching the Los Angeles Clippers walk into Brooklyn, who's about as healthy as they've been all season, at full mass. They walked into Brooklyn without Paul George, without Kawhi Leonard, without Marcus Morris, Nicolas Batum, Ivaca Zubac. I'm not even sure if Luke Kennard even played. It doesn't matter. The Clippers walked into Brooklyn on New Year's Day and took down a Brooklyn Nets team at full strength, pretty much, sans Kyrie, but who should have had more than enough to take out the Clippers. And they couldn't. Tyronne Lue is showing you what everybody was saying about him all along, for the longest, that he knows his shit. Tyronne Lue is one hell of a coach. His X's and O's, his ability to connect to star players and the player at the end of the bench to get buy-in, create a culture, have an established system. He's been able to piece his team together in ways that reminds me of Brad Stevens in Boston initially, when he just seemed to be able to make any variation of a roster work. Always seemed to put his players in the best position to be successful, had them playing confidently, and they could compete with anybody. Their game plan was always on point. They always seemed to have a level of not just preparedness, but they had the necessary energy to compete. Like, I haven't seen a game yet where the Clippers team goes out there and they don't seem like they're competing. It seems like it's almost like standard for them, like competing on a night-to-night basis is always there. And combined with their preparation, strategy, confidence, they're in every single game. I haven't taken a look at the standings. They're probably somewhere around the 5th seed right now, 4th seed. But they've been playing the entire season without Kawhi Leonard, their best player, and without Paul George for a good amount of this season. Not to mention without countless starters. Countless. Like many other teams. But unlike many other teams, the Clippers have been able to sustain winning. And that's where I have to begin to look at these Clippers different. How is it they're still winning consistently? I know I said a lot about Tyronne Lue, but I want to get into some more of this roster. You got Reggie Jackson. Career has been revamped, renewed. He's back. He's back in the NBA. He's here. He's here. I think he's got another at least 2 years at this level, 2 to 3 years at this level. Clutch shots, can break you down off the dribble, throw alley-oops, play make for you, primary ball handler. He's good. He's good. You've got Justice Winslow trying to make a comeback, looking better and better. You got Serge Ibaka trying to get his wheels back. You got guys like Amir Coffey coming in starting, putting up 14, 15 points against the Nets, going at Kevin Durant and James Harden. You got Eric Bledsoe having a huge game against the Nets. the same Bledsoe that a lot of people gave up on after Milwaukee traded him because he couldn't be a Chris Paul. Look, very few point guards can be Chris Paul or Trae Young. Very few. Very few. It's not easy. Doesn't mean that he's not good. It doesn't mean that he doesn't have talent. And what you're seeing is a head coach who knows how to get the most out of the talent he has. Now, when I'm watching this Clippers team, I think the one thing that kind of like hovers is, can they get healthy enough to do something in the playoffs? We saw last year a healthy Paul George and a moderately or mostly healthy rest of the roster. He was able to get to the Western Conference Finals. And that's big time. That's big time. That's big time. Make no mistake about it. Western Conference Finals with only one out of your two best players, it's kind of MVP level production and play. Showing up in the biggest moments. Taking down the Mavs, taking down the Spurs. But I'll say this. If the Clippers can get healthy, Paul George is back in the swing of things down the stretch, I won't be shocked to see them get up to maybe number 4 seed behind Phoenix, Golden State, Utah. I can see them get that spot. And then I can see them getting to the second round. I think they could beat a 4 or 5 seed. I think they could beat a Denver. What would be exciting to watch? I think the matchup we've been waiting for way too long, but keep missing out on. See them against the Lakers. See them against the Lakers. I think Tyronne Lue has the brain as a coach to match the calculations and the genius of LeBron James in the playoffs. If AD is healthy, I think the Lakers still win, but I think they win in like 7. If it's a healthy versus healthy team. Without Kawhi Leonard, that is. I think with Kawhi Leonard, if Kawhi Leonard was healthy, I don't think they're bringing him back this year at all. Healthy or not, he could be 100%. I don't think they're bringing him back this year. But I think if Kawhi Leonard and Paul George were healthy against the Lakers, fully healthy, AD and LeBron, I might give it to the Clippers. I give them a shot. I give them a chance. Mainly because I think Tyronne Lue is going to outcoach Frank Vogel big time. And he's going to know how to take away what he needs to, put his team in a position like he's been doing all year, so that somebody can make a big shot or two and steal a game here and there and potentially win that series. But for now, I'll leave it at this. Tyronne Lue is my, right now, runner-up for coach of the year, behind JB Bickerstaff in Cleveland. I'm excited to see what they're doing as well. And if you saw my earlier videos about the Cavaliers, I predicted they were going to have a good year. I thought it was going to be for other reasons. I thought it was going to be because Colin Sexton took another jump. I didn't realize they were going to be able to play 3 big men this way. Cleveland's doing some amazing stuff. JB Bickerstaff has been willing to explore different things, try out unconventional lineups, like 3 7-footers. And he's been very successful. So kudos to him. But yeah, let me know what you think. Is Tyronne Lue your coach of the year? You still got JB Bickerstaff? Or what other coach you think is deserving of it? If you like the video, smash the like button, hit subscribe and the bell for notifications. I'll see you next time. Peace.